Hey guys, I'm back with another video. I have an exciting summer newness BBW candle haul finally from the $12.95 candle sale. I feel like I've seen photos of these candles for the longest time and I'm like chomping the bit to get them. And so I finally have them, so here we are. If you follow me at the candle channel on Instagram, you already know I did an Instagram live. Thank you so much to everybody who was on that live. It was super fun. And I already did my preliminary thoughts and hauls with the live video, but this is my actual YouTube video, so if you're interested, then stay tuned. Before we get into all the newness, I want to thank Allie was so kind enough to send me a coconut leaves candle, and I got it today. I'm so excited to burn it. That's what that looks like. I believe this was from Candle Day replenishment of 2017, so it was after all the Candle Day stuff sold out and they had to replenish the walls. I vividly remember going to the store to get like that salted vanilla and that beach cabana I wanted so bad. Salted vanilla was excellent. And it wasn't the same like this type of label. And we have coconut leaves here, which I've had for the longest time. And I'm like, oh my God, I would love to be reacquainted with coconut leaves again. So I got coconut husk, beachside palm, and juicy tangerine as the notes on this. Oh my God, it's so nostalgic. This was an old school Slacken & Co scent that I think I had the first original one, or it wasn't the original release of it, but the first one I had was back in 2012 in the square labels. It had an atrocious burn, but just so nostalgic to that. It's a coconut unlike any other coconut they have out there right now. It's almost like a creamy, warm coconut, but there is a slight floral green note to it that makes it a little bit earthy, but then there's also a juicy sweetness from like a tangerine citrus note, and it's just a very complex, awesome coconut fragrance that I feel like only like a Slacken & Co fragrance would be rather than like a current BBW one. So I'm like super jazzed to actually have this again, and I can't wait to burn it, especially for like the summertime. So thank you so much to the coconut leaves that I have right here. Sunny Coconut was also very similar to this. It was like Sunny Coconut was basically coconut leaves mixed with even more of a orange note in it. That was divine too, but the version I have, the wicks like completely deteriorated on me, so I can't burn it anymore, but I'm super excited to have coconut leaves. So once again, thank you to Allie for sending that out to me. So generous of you. And now let's get on to the newness. So yes, we have pretty much all the new stuff except for the ones that I wasn't interested in. So we'll just get right into it. Let's see, I guess I'll do this first. We have chocolate banana mudslide from the photo label collection, and that's what that looks like, and it has like the little wavy lids on there. This one is frozen bananas, chocolate syrup, crushed ice, and splash of rum. I actually just couldn't wait to burn it, so I burned this one today before I left for the day this morning, and that's what that looks like. It has a thick rope-like wicks. Pulled out no problem. It was quite strong in the first burn too. This is after having burned it. Smells a whole lot like, was it the 2018 coconut colada fragrance that was in like a magenta palm tree type of label in there. Coconut colada. There was like a aloha kiwi passion fruit in that collection as well. And I think the notes were like spiced rum, coconut, and banana. This one is banana and rum with chocolate syrup and crushed ice. But this takes the same exact base banana, I want to say even coconut and rum of that coconut colada, which is not to be confused with the current coconut colada that's out now, and it's also been an online exclusive as a 3-wick in recent years. That is actually a different fragrance that has like pineapple in it and not the banana in coconut of the original coconut colada. So confusing. I know that's just how BBW does with the repackages, but the original coconut colada that had banana in it was different from the coconut colada of today. But yes, it's very, very similar to that now that I've burned it. It's that same banana and even like a coconut creamy fragrance to it I get in there. There's a slight like creamy, like ice cream bar type of ice cream action in there mixed with a banana, but the banana is not the same as the banana split milkshake banana that we see right here. This one is more of that Laffy Taffy candied artificial, super sweet, almost like over the top type of like cheesy, creamy, like mayonnaise-y type of banana is what I get in here. It's that milkshake dairy component. It's way more creamy and sweet and more artificial. It's not quite this, but this also has chocolate in it, so still a little bit of a similarity there. It's more like a frozen cold banana rather than like a mashed gooey banana of a banana split milkshake. So yeah, a cold frozen banana I think in the live video, Winter Rain was mentioning how a lot of times like when they put a cold note in something, there's like a dash of mint in there to evoke that like chilliness. And I feel like maybe I'm getting a little bit of banana, a little bit of mint. I definitely get like a coconut. That rum is in there for sure. It gives it like a slight warm, like boozy depth to it. That's very reminiscent of the banana, coconut, and rum that's in coconut colada for sure. And that's kind of what I get from it. So yeah. Kind of like if they took coconut colada and added maybe like a dash of like a chocolate syrup vibe in there from like the banana split milkshake chocolate, and that's kind of what you get. So it's like kind of like coconut colada, the OG one, mixed with banana split milkshake. But I like it. The rum does actually come out quite a bit more when you go to burn it. That there's something that smells a little bit like rubbing alcohol or like cheap / synthetic-y about it that I wasn't getting a whole lot on cold, but it does smell a little bit more like just slightly ickier and a little less authentic when it's burning, but not enough to be a deterrent, but still very strong when it's burning. So yeah, chocolate banana mudslide. Enjoyed it while it was burning. I don't think I need to get a second one just based on the first burn. The next one we have is caramel cream soda, and that's what that looks like right here. There we go, and that's what that is. This one has the core wicks right here. This one reads, caramel syrup, bubbly cream soda, and rich vanilla. This is very similar to vanilla cola candy and like root beer float that type of fragrance. But when you compare them side to side, it is actually not the same, even though they're oh so similar. Like if you just go off of scent memory, this is actually way sweeter. It's that like super sweet, like cane sugar, like sugary, like liquid sugar syrup type of fragrance. Is so heavy in there, mixed with a carbonation, mixed with a lot of a caramel cream soda note in there that is it's quite similar to vanilla cola candy. But when you smell this, this has a more distinctly cola fragrance, whereas this one's more caramel cream soda. So think of just like a sweeter, even a sweeter vanilla cola candy is what this comes off as, but it does smell like a cream soda. Yeah, very sweet. So we'll see how this one does. It also is kind of reminiscent of root beer float for sure because of the carbonation. But when you smell this is so like distinctly root beer, like whatever all the notes are in like a root beer like drink. This is very much distinctly that, where almost that like a medicinal smell to it. This is way sweeter and just like distinctly cream soda. But still has that carbonation in there. It's just like a very fun like addition to all those like, what is it? The like soda fragrances that we've had before, so I do enjoy it. So yeah, caramel cream soda. It's a very fun novelty like BBW summer gourmand fragrance, so I'm actually really into that. So that was caramel cream soda right there. The other ones were sea salt and sail, which was a aquatic, salty, citrus cologne fragrance. I'm just not a huge cologne fragrance fan, so I didn't need that. Coastal Capri comes to mind when I think of that, if anyone remembers that, which was the first time that Sweet Tiramisu first came out. Kind of like in that family of that type of cologne. Slightly Boa House Row-ish, but not quite. I kind of get like Coastal Capri vibes from it, if that's of any help too. But it was just like a lighter, more refreshing, crisp, like salty cologne fragrance. Like not bad, but just nothing I have to pick up. So, and then the other ones were all repeats, I believe. We have Berry Waffle Cone, which is always excellent, but I don't need any more of those. Same with Summer Boardwalk. I think an Orange Pineapple Punch exists in there. And then maybe a few other repackages. But that was that collection, and now we'll move on to the like paint stroke brush collection. The first one we have is Sour Melon Drop right here. That's what that looks like. It's actually quite textured when you get them in real life. And there's like a translucency or like a film where it kind of does like a luminary thing to it and just a plain lid. This one is Juicy Candied Watermelon, Sour Green Apple, and Bursting Honeydew Melon. And yeah, well, this one is so strong, but I actually don't mind it either. It is kind of artificial and candied, but there's a heaps of like a candied like Jolly Rancher watermelon and Jolly Rancher like honeydew melon type of fragrance in there. Like very much a candied honeydew plus watermelon fragrance in here that kind of cucumber melon-ish, but a little less green and way more sweet and juicy and candied and a little bit more tart. It's not watermelon ice, which kind of had that weird like peanut butter undertone to it that I didn't care for. Similar to watermelon and coastal watermelon, but minus that extra like sea salty coastal flavor that had, but a similar like sweet juicy watermelon to that as well. watermelon lemonade, that type of like sweet candied watermelon, you know, the usual standard like candied Jolly Rancher watermelon mixed with heaps of a honeydew. And I do enjoy the honeydew in there as well. It just gives it like, it just takes it beyond just another generic watermelon fragrance. So I do enjoy that. But yeah, there is a slightly like tart sourness that's definitely coming from the green apple that makes it more of that sour vibe to it. But very strong on cold, so I'm excited to see how this one does. I'm just glad it wasn't like a pink apple punch rehash or repackaged. Like this one actually seems genuinely new, but you just definitely need to love like balls to the walls melon. So that was sour melon drop right there, and that was that. Moving on, we have chocolate chip cookie. That's what that looks like right here. There was an old school Slatkin & Co. chocolate chip cookie, or was it homemade cookies is what it was, that had a photo of chocolate chip cookies on it. This is not that, at least from scent memory. This is oven baked cookies, gooey chocolate chips, and a hint of flaky salt. This one has the Corwix on there, as you can see. Yeah, this one is very similar to like a chocolate grams or like a Italy cannoli and chocolate, but I don't think it's exactly the same. But you get chocolate first and foremost. It's like almost like a ooey gooey chocolate chip that's starting to melt in the oven when you bake it. It's very similar to the hot like ooey gooey piping like hot fudge sundae syrup that you get from the hot fudge sundae candle, which is also the same chocolate that's in chocolate lava cake, which is pretty much a repackage of a hot fudge sundae. And then also the same chocolate that's in chocolate peppermint cream, as well as peppermint hot chocolate that came out last year. They all share that same like piping hot chocolate fudge drizzle piping like liquid syrup chocolate note, which is different from the powdery dryness of hot cocoa and cream's chocolate. So think of the hot fudge sundae chocolate is kind of what you get in here, mixed with a kind of like dry, dusty powdering of like a graham cracker note is kind of what I get from it, is what the cookie is coming off of. It's not the like graham cracker or the bakery note in here. It's a little bit more dry and like crust. I don't want to say crusty, but a little bit more dry than like a warm baking cookie coming out of the oven. Like the chocolate smells like it's coming out of the oven, but the cookie kind of seems like it's already sat out for a while, if that makes any sense. But it has that same like slightly stale graham cracker like powderiness that I always get in their graham cracker fragrances. So was it like Bonfire S'mores that had a similar s'mores graham cracker note? Toasted coconut eclair or toasted coconut s'mores has that same type of graham cracker note in it. We also have Italy cannoli and chocolate right here. It has a very similar graham cracker note in it. Toasted graham latte. Any of those graham cracker fragrances that have that slightly like dry, powdery, like stale graham cracker note, very similar to this. But this one, the chocolate is a little bit different, whereas this one is like the hot fudge sundae chocolate. This is a little bit more of a different chocolate, but very similar fragrances for sure. So if you like Italy cannoli and chocolate, or those type of like graham cracker plus chocolate fragrances, I think you will enjoy this one. Actually, the more I smell it, the more it reminds me a whole lot of actually toasted coconut eclair or toasted coconut s'mores, which is chocolate plus graham crackers. But I don't think this has coconut in it. It's like if they took toasted coconut eclair slash s'mores and minus the coconut, kind of what you get left with is chocolate chip cookie, but also similar to chocolate graham. So BBW uses a lot of the same notes and kind of like everything's kind of similar. It's just like a tweak of little things. That's why it all reminds me of stuff that we've had before. But I guess it smells like a chocolate chip cookie. So that's what that is right there. Moving on, we have the Pride candle for this year, and it's Rainbow Waves, which also has the matching body care, and that's what that looks like right there. This one is Sunny Sangria, Bright Melon, and Misty Waters, and this has the Corwix on it right here, and that's what that looks like. I actually ended up enjoying this more than I thought I would on cold. I thought it was just going to be another generic, boring, fruity fragrance, kind of like Berry Fruit Punch was, but it has a slight body care floral undertone to it that makes it a little bit more unique and different from the usual, like a run-of-the-mill, synthetic, artificial fruit fragrances they always put out. So I enjoy that. But you get, I guess, like a melon and a apple, I want to say. Like apple slices and melon is kind of what I get from the fruitiness. And then Misty Waters comes off as a salty floral. I think Winter Rain on my Instagram live was saying it has a similar profile to Midsummer Dream, which is like a fruity, salty floral. And I totally agree with that. It's like a fruity, salty floral is what this comes off as. But I like the addition of that salty Misty Waters floral that gives it a little bit more like a oomph or like a body care vibe to it. So it does smell like BBW body care, which I kind of enjoy. And I'm just glad it's not a just straight up fruity fragrance. So that is what Rainbow Waves smell like. Very much fruity floral body care fragrance from BBW. I hope this one's just strong and really good. So I want to try that one out when it's burning. Moving on, we have red, white, and blue cake, and that's what that looks like right here. And the wraparound S. So this is red raspberries, ripe blueberries, whipped vanilla cream, and soft white cake. I was like, what is this gonna be? Is it gonna be like sprinkled birthday cake or blueberry sugar, blueberries and cream? It could even be like strawberry pound cake. It could be like frosted cupcake. Like it could be anything, you know? But this is seemingly new or different. It's like a weird alternate universe version of blueberry pie is what this comes off as. It has a similar blueberry in there, but it's mixed with a little bit more of like a sweet berry note from like a strawberry or raspberry maybe. But there is a slightly like, I don't know, stale or like a crusty or even like a mildewy old water fragrance to it. I don't know if the lid is just weird, but I was smelling the other ones in the stores and they also had a similar like staleness to it. It's like not quite the super flaky brown sugar crust note of blueberry pie. It's kind of like they diluted that a little bit and like watered it down with like a slightly sour cream note, I guess. And I guess the sour cream note is what's making it smell a little bit like old or mildewy or like musty old water. I don't know, there's something weird, slightly off about it, at least on cold, where it's like sour cream mixed with blueberry pie, but like a slightly diluted different version of blueberry pie. But yeah, I think some people were saying sprinkled birthday cake had a sour note to it, so maybe that's what I'm picking up, even though mine didn't really smell sour, but maybe perhaps that's the type of like vibe we're getting from this. It's kind of like the sourness of sprinkled birthday cake mixed with like blueberry pie watered down a little bit. I don't know. I think I just have to burn this one to see how it does. But it's a little like just off or weird on cold. So that was red, white, and blue cake right there. And lastly, we have Buttery Popcorn. I actually initially forgot to buy this, even though I picked it up, but I just neglected to put it in my basket the first time around, so I actually went today to go back and get it because I really wanted this one. So we have this one in addition from like when I did the Instagram live last night. Melted butter, fresh popcorn, and sprinkle of sea salt, and that's what that looks like right there. And that's what that is. I don't know, at first I was thinking this isn't sweet kettle corn, but now I smell it. It does smell a whole lot like sweet kettle corn, which was just out in that like Thanksgiving collection from fall time. It's actually quite similar. I don't have a sweet kettle corn with me anymore, but I feel like once I burn it, I will be able to get a judgment on it. But it just smells like buttery popcorn, which was pretty much what sweet kettle corn was, and I actually really enjoyed it. I just thought sweet kettle corn was a little bit stronger on cold. It had maybe a hint of like a salty caramel vibe to it. But now, I don't know, now that I'm smelling it, I feel like sweet kettle corn was also just heaps of buttery popcorn as well, which is pretty much what this is. I'll have to burn it. If anybody has sweet kettle corn and then also has buttery popcorn, if you can compare them side to side, let me know what you think. It just smells like heaps of butter on popcorn, which is pretty much what sweet kettle corn was. Which I actually really enjoyed sweet kettle corn though, because it was so strong and it just had like a very nostalgic, like OG BBW fall type of vibe to it. But this is kind of what buttery popcorn smells like. So pretty straightforward, honestly. Not too much to say about it. It's not summer boardwalk. It's not toffee glazed popcorn, which was pretty much unscented from that like 2012 test collection. Popcorn and pine had that weird, slightly sharp pine note to it, but a similar lardy, greasy butter component that popcorn and pine had. So if you like popcorn and pine, minus that sharpness of the pine, this is kind of what this is. But I think it's just sweet kettle corn, but I'm not 100% sure because I don't have that one anymore. So that was buttery popcorn right there. And I think the only one I did not get was berry fruit punch, but that smells just like the Hawaiian punch fruit punch. So if you just want like a Hawaiian punch fruit punch fragrance, then check that out. I'm just not really into those type of fruity tropical fragrances. So that was a pass for me. I just really don't see myself burning it like alongside all these other new ones as well. So that was a pass. And then Sea Salt and Sails was the other new one. And then that other collection is all repackages. Fiji White Sands, Perfect Summer, which is just suntan, watermelon lemonade, ocean driftwood, and kiwi starfruit cooler. We don't need any of that. And then I think that's it for the newness. So yes, I think that's pretty much it. Let me know your thoughts on if you grab these candles. Just thank you to BBW for finally giving us something new. That's all we want. It's just we want newness. Like it's just so much more fun and exciting when we can haul new candles. Like I will buy all the new candles and try them out for the most part. Versus just getting the same old repackages over and over and over again. So it's just exciting to actually get like the majority of this collection is pretty much like new. So I'm like super jazzed about that. It's just so much fun to like haul and try new fragrances rather than just doing the same old boring repackages. So hopefully they'll continue this trend. In the $12.95 price point, and if you have a coupon on it, it was not a bad deal either. So like just thumbs up on this haul. It's like fun and exciting to finally haul something that's new for once. So we have pink beetle tea cake to look forward to and a toasted pineapple marshmallow as well in that like cute summer illustration collection, which we don't know if it's like that's a later summer release or if it's a SAS release, but excited for that too. So yeah, hope they just continue giving us like new stuff, and then if they throw us like pink petal tea cake gems, all about it. Like just give it to us, you know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much it. Yeah, let me know your comments down below, and I guess I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.